Hello. Welcome along to episode 261 of Adventures in Pop. My name's Simon Jacobs. It strikes me there's a lot of adventuring to do these days. There have been a lot of videos, so thank you for coming along once again. And in this video, I am going to be exploring my next single. We've been talking a lot about Goldhawk Foxes in the last week or so because the album is now out. Do check it out. It's called Do Not Feed the Foxes, They're So Good. And we've got singles by Rothman and Jacobs coming out leading up to that album end of November. But in the middle of it all, do make room, if you can, please, if in your heart, for a little bit of Simon Jacobs. That's me and my own solo material. And basically, I'm up to the third release from my next album, which is going to be called Organic. I've talked about that also in recent weeks. Do check out previous videos. And on this Organic album, which is my kind of acoustic, natural sounding, as kind of plainly me as I can possibly be with. So I've, having finished the dance album, I kind of wanted to go to the opposite extreme, and this album, Organic, probably is it. I'm already kind of wondering what I do after Organic. Where do I go next? Because I do keep kind of bouncing around. After a little while of doing, organic-y acoustic songs, I'm ready for bangers again. So you know how it goes. The grass is always greener. But this third track is probably from this Organic album. It's probably the most chilled, kind of delicate, I would say, track in terms of its vocals, the tune, the melody, the arrangement. It's all quite it's quite gorgeous, actually, if I say so myself. And it's also been around for quite a long time. I think this got written a couple of years ago, so it's not a brand new song. It's been waiting to have an album to go on. Because it so clearly wasn't going to be a dance track. And when this album comes out, Organic, I'm probably going to put this single, it's called You Never Will. I'm probably going to put this right at the end of the album. It is the kind of album closer type feel because it's just very chilled. In fact, I sent a version of this off to Taxi at some stage to see if it would successfully, get put into the competition for publishing sync library or maybe a TV advert or a TV show or a film or all those kind of things. Send it off, and I got nice comments back. It wasn't accepted. It wasn't the right thing. As usual, I probably misunderstood the genre. That always happens. But in the comment, somebody truthfully giving me a review said, sounds like Simon and Garfunkel. Well, frankly, that was probably the greatest compliment I could be paid, really. I'm not sure that I go with it, but it's a lovely thing for somebody to have said, because, Simon and Garfunkel, come on, they were awesome. Okay, back to this. Don't get me started. I get tangenting, So this is You Never Will. It's coming out next week. That will be Friday the 31st of October, and it will. You will notice again, for those who are keen-eyed when it comes to looking at stuff coming out on Spotify, that it will once again have a waterfall thing going on it. In other words, when I release this third track, You Never Will, I will at the same time release the previous single and the single before that. So it's going to have It'll Take a Miracle and It's You in there as part of that release. And then I'm going to do that one more time as I release the album in November. But more importantly, what's the song about? Well, this is the thing. We've talked about this quite a few times, actually, which is it sounds gorgeous and sweet and chilled, and it's the kind of thing that, well, frankly, if you were suffering from insomnia, this would probably really help you. Because it's very gentle, and I think it is lulling you very much into a false sense of security, because if you actually listen to the words, and I think I said this about the previous single as well, It'll Take a Miracle, it's all acoustic and lovely. It's not lovely, not when you listen to the words, and the same goes for You Never Will. You Never Will is basically the line that has You Never Will is you never knew me and you never will. So it's not such a contented and peaceful song. It has a bit of an edge to it. And it is a song about paranoia and betrayal, actually. And interestingly, I have not mentioned this before, but it did cross my mind recently that quite a lot of songs that I've written in recent years, quite a lot of songs, I talk about. There's always this group in my songs. It's my friends or your friends, and they pop up a lot. My friends say this, your friends say that. In this song, I'm talking about your friends, your very bad friends, who have been whispering in your ear that I'm a bad person. That's part of this song, and so it leads to this thing about paranoia, and it leads to me musing in the song about whether you should maybe just hire a detective and check out what's really going on in my life, but you never knew me and you never will. So it is actually quite an angsty song about paranoia and betrayal, but given this sugar-covered, mellow and very sweet coating, so there'll be lots of people who don't really listen to words, who won't notice any of that at all, and just think, "Oh, that's a really sweet song." This is something I do quite like doing. I don't consciously set out to put horrible lyrics into a sweet melody. It just kind of happens that way. Maybe it's just because I might look nice on the outside, but obviously I'm quite horrible. I don't know what it is. But it is something I'm quite drawn to, I guess. And as I also am with this notion, it does crop up quite a lot. If you think about, if you go back to "It's You," the first single on this album, my friends pop up in that, or my friends are telling me something or another. This one's got your friends. There's a track on the next album which is full of what friends have said and not said. I tell you there's another track on this album that you won't have heard yet that also talks about friends. So it's quite an interesting subject that I kind of invoke the sound of what the friends say, because the friends are often the voice of reason, although I think in this song in particular, "You Never Will," they're much more malevolent, I would say. So not necessarily a nice bunch of people. And by the way, I have to say all of this is kind of fictional. I don't really sort of think of my friends in that way, because actually I don't think my friends would never speak with one voice. They would all be disagreeing entirely across a spectrum. Probably like most normal people. So I don't really see that in real life. But in terms of as a tool for songwriting, I think invoking friends is really quite a useful thing, and I do quite a lot, is what I'm saying. Okay, I made a video for "You Never Will," which was quite fun. And obviously I really did want to find a detective, which I managed to track down. I'm going to play the song, play the video, and I hope you really enjoy it. And if you are enjoying this series generally, then why not subscribe? Because, and if you've got a channel, I'll subscribe to yours. You just let me know. And by the way, if you like this song, let me know. If you don't like the song, let me know. I'm always interested to get your feedback. Thank you very much indeed for listening. I will leave you with the brand new single, third track on the album. Here comes "You Never Will."
Who's been filling up your head with something that somebody said? Why didn't you talk to me and let me try to give you the facts? Somebody's been telling you lies. The so-called friends never felt a surprise. It took me a while to realize they were talking behind my back. Your paranoia betrays a guilty mind. Before it happens, you already know what you'll find. I said, well, maybe you're going in for the kill, but you have never known me, and you never will. should hire a detective. Wouldn't that be much more effective than simply following me? Don't you think that I can see? So now I'm here and you are there. Oh, I know that all in love isn't fair. Oh, what kind of man did you think that I am? Oh, I guess I began to despise all of your friends, behaving like spies, weaving together a fabric of lies. And why I don't understand. Your paranoia makes you so unkind. You don't want to know because you made up your mind. Maybe you just came for the thrill, but you have never known me, and you never will. I think you should hire a detective. I think your memory is far too selective, but you don't want to hear a different view. In case it doesn't quite agree with you, your paranoia betrays a guilty mind. Before it